Once upon a time in the small, secluded village of Mistwood, there was an eerie fog that hung perpetually over the cobblestone streets and old, decrepit houses. The villagers spoke in hushed tones of whispers in the fog, eerie voices that seemed to come from nowhere and everywhere at once. Sarah, a curious and adventurous young woman, had recently moved to Mistwood to start a new life after the tragic death of her parents. The stories of the fog intrigued her, and she decided to investigate the phenomenon. One gloomy evening, Sarah ventured into the fog-shrouded streets armed with nothing but her flashlight and a small voice recorder, hoping to capture the elusive whispers. As she walked deeper into the mist, the air grew colder and the fog thickened. The once familiar surroundings of the village transformed into a foreign, haunting landscape. Sarah pressed on, her heartbeat quickening with each step. Suddenly, she heard a whisper, soft and barely audible, like a distant echo. She froze, her heart pounding in her ears as the voice grew louder and more distinct. She'd make out the words, "I see you." Terrified, Sarah continued to walk, now feeling the presence of someone, or something, following her. The whispers grew in number and intensity, forming an eerie chorus that seemed to surround her. "We're here," they hissed, their voices cold and menacing. Sarah's panic rose as she tried to find her way back to the safety of her home. The fog seemed to close in around her, disorienting her and causing her to lose her sense of direction. The whispers grew louder, more insistent. "You cannot escape." In a state of near hysteria, Sarah stumbled into the village graveyard. The whispers reached a fever pitch, and a chilling gust of wind swept through the tombstones. Suddenly the fog began to take shape, coalescing into the spectral forms of ghostly figures. These were the restless spirits of Mistwood, forever trapped within the fog. As the spirits closed in on her, Sarah realized the truth. The whispers were the anguished cries of the dead, desperate to be heard and remembered. She gathered her courage and faced the ghosts, offering them solace and a chance to be at peace. One by one the spirits whispered their names and stories, and as Sarah listened, the fog began to dissipate. The eerie voices faded away, leaving a stillness that was both haunting and comforting. Sarah returned to her home shaken but alive. She dedicated her life to documenting the lost souls of Mistwood and ensuring their stories would never be forgotten. And so the fog lifted, the whispers ceased, and the village of Mistwood knew peace. But on some nights, when the moon is shrouded and the air is thick with mist, the whispers return. For in the heart of darkness, the ghosts of Mistwood still wander, waiting for someone to hear their cries.